Hello guys, it's me, Lord S1127 here, and welcome to some Universe Sandbox. I know what? We're doing this game? What in the world? Yeah, I know. We're doing this game. So what I'm currently doing on this game is I'm going to be setting all these planets with the city, lighting. Now, what's the importance of this, you may ask? The importance of this is I'm going to do all these. I'm gonna show you guys, I mean, it wouldn't really matter if we had the city lights on and all that, but I mean, I just want to show you guys that it's possible to even have cities on planets or asteroids, all that like this. Because, I mean, this is future predictions of how cities might look like on asteroids like this. That would still be a small planet. I mean, not planet, but still, I mean, there will still be cities there. I wish there was a way I could just go to the next planet and keep on going down the list. Is there? I think they fixed it, or not fixed it, but they changed it. Unless, either way, I'm gonna do them all, and I have lots to do. Ways to go. Yes, I know. I'm changing the city lights for them all. I wish I could just auto-select all of them and just put in a city light. But now the reason for this, I'm surprised that's atmosphere. Reason for this. Mainly to show you guys that, yeah, like I said before, there can be cities on planets like this. People say that there can't be any. There shouldn't be any. I mean, think about it. We could actually, instead of worrying about population, we can move move everyone into space. We can colonize and start colonies on all this type of all on everything really. I mean, the way I view it, on everything, because well, all you really need is a system of, and I will show you a system on what I mean. And this could even be for Earth if everyone's going to keep on complaining about climate change, which really, climate change isn't real. I'm just kidding. I mean, it is real to a certain extent, I'd say. But it's not that big of a deal that people make it as. Because really, and I'll show you guys an example. The planet is heating up and all that. First things first, I know, this is boring for you guys, but I mean, you guys could hear me talk and stuff, alright? You guys can enjoy the beautiness of my voice, of how deep and sexy it is. I'm just joking about that, too. Just keep on doing these city lights. I think that should be enough. Now, I'm going to show you, when I'm done setting up with all these planets with city lights, I'm going to show you guys what I mean. Because, like, for an example, I guess I could give you guys an example, not Jupiter, I don't, no, not Jupiter. Alright, I think so, yeah, yeah. No, let me go to Jupiter. Let me make sure. No, not Jupiter. What's another planet? Not that one. I think it was Io. Yes, I know, guys. I don't know where all the planets are. Venus, Venus. All right, good. This is a good example. All right, now Venus. As you can see, the atmosphere is very dense. So how the fuck would we tell there's a city there? Check out the atmosphere. When we land, that is the surface of Venus. And the cities. Now, as you guys can see, it's of course a very hot planet because of the lava there. As you can see, lava, lots of lava. Uh, But I mean, it still wouldn't really make a big deal because then we would actually have technology that lava wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, of course it would be a big deal. It would still kill people and stuff. It would still melt things, but it wouldn't be as big as a deal as it is now. Of how you can't even be near it, or I mean, some people can, some people can't. But it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, the way I view it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It still isn't that big of a deal, but people make it that big of a deal. So we're gonna go to Saturn now. Let's show you guys how this would work because there is asteroids around it. I thought there was. Let me add asteroids then. I don't see any. I don't think they even add asteroids on this. They just they didn't put any on. Okay then. I need to go back to Jupiter, add some asteroids because they should have added some asteroids. Alright, let's go to Jupiter, guys. Now, Jupiter, we just add some asteroids, so here's... Oh, wait, let me show you guys Io, actually, good. So this would be Io here, with the city lights. And, I mean, this is for those of you that don't even have this game and plan on getting this game. It's still a really good game, I'd say. Really good game. I'm not the best, but I mean, it's good similar game that you can throw a bunch of planets on other planets and see the effects, and then over time, see of how realistic and detailed this game is, of how if a planet or a planet-sized asteroid hits a planet, it doesn't destroy the planet. It's just going to make a massive crater, and then the surface of the planet is going to overheat, and then over time, let's say like about 1,000 years later, a couple years later, the planet will decrease the heat, and then everything will start to grow again, like the plant life, the flora, the water will probably come back up again. The what was it? The ice area. So humans aren't the problem, but yeah, of course, a lot of people are gonna say humans aren't. We are the problem of how the planet is fucking dying. This and that. No, it's not. It's not. But I mean, a lot of people would believe that, of course, but it's not. It's not, guys. As much as you guys really want to state your beliefs, as much as I do, it's not. So this is where Jupiter's ring would be. Now let's go to the particles here. I believe it's too small to even put things on there, but let's double check just to make sure. Because no, yeah, it's too small. Then it would be nice to have like a little city on the particles. Might want to add more. I mean, I know, I know. Let's add more. Oh, made a mistake there. How do I back it? Oh, too late. There. It looks good either way. See, that looks good. Alright, but seriously, let's add another, ring to Jupiter there. Let's see how this planet is affected. Okay, I don't believe it's really affected. Let's increase time. So as you guys can see, I doubt it'll be affected by the asteroids. Oh, a few of those ones are actually affected, actually. Well, some of the craters are going to Jupiter. Wonderful. I mean, that's kind of good to me, actually. That's good. It gets rid of the problem there. Then these will somehow land around. Oh wait, let's see Europa. Yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. Will it make it? Will it cause some? Oh, I didn't put any lights here. Good thing I came back here. Uh, looks like there won't be any life on here or any cities here, which kind of sucks because people could survive on there. I'm pretty sure people could survive there. If they can survive on the other planets, I'm pretty sure they could survive there. Of course, I mean, of course, it probably would freeze over time because of how cold it would be there. So we'll get out of Jupiter's area. Let's go to Saturn. Let's go to Saturn. Yeah, we got the. All right, there's Saturn. Now let's add the Where is Saturn? Okay, there we go. We'll add a little bit more just to make this realistic here. And then the clouds. Of course, it's gonna make this game a little, uh, laggy, of course. But I mean, that's how Universe Sandbox is sometimes. When you're using a laptop, it's very laggy. So let's go to, let's decrease the time. First things first, let's decrease the time. Where's that? Alright, it's just pen. City lights. And see, even from this distance, there would still be cities. Uh, I wish we could have cities all over the planet just to see it, even though that is still day. But that's one thing I wish I could figure out how to fix that. What would happen if it hits that asteroid there? Send its way. No, it won't. Okay, so next one will be Atlas. Atlas, come on, buddy. Janus? Who came up with these names? That's the thing I wonder. Who came up with these stupid ass names? I mean, Pandora is a good one, but I mean, I hope in the future if we were to change the names of these planets and say like, okay, the the scientists back then, I mean, now at this time, even back then, they were stupid enough to name these planets different random names that doesn't even make sense. Like, how is this planet called Pandora? Why? What's the point of it being Pandora when it's supposed to be like people when people say Pandora, they say Pandora's box or something mysterious. This planet isn't mysterious. It's just a planet. I mean, unless there is something mysterious about it, like somehow people somehow just disappear. Then, of course, that's gonna be a mystery. Prometheus. And plus, the thing is about climate change, guys, is no matter what, no matter if we try to do anything about it now, it's not gonna, nothing's gonna really change. Here's the reason why, and a lot of people are gonna say, no, it will change. We just gotta go green, this and that. But I mean, if you go green, decrease survivability. I mean, not that it'll decrease. I mean, for the individual, like if we all individually use our own green energy power sources, then yes, that would probably be good for ourselves. Not fully, but I mean, it'll be good in a way that we in apartment complexes and cities. Yeah, So in a apartment complex, we would have uh solar panels and wind turbines. I mean, everywhere. If we were to go green, everywhere would have solar panels and wind turbines and nuclear power sites. But I mean, like it would be within the apartment facility or a house facility. I'm pretty sure in like owned houses they would have whatever power that they would want and how much they would want. Unlike the apartment facilities, you have a certain amount of power that you have to maintain and make sure that you get storages to energy storages to keep up that power. Now the thing is about water, and I live here over in California. People say you shouldn't be talking. You guys have forest fires. You have this and that. I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about forest fires and all that shit because really, it's just people starting those fires. It doesn't start naturally. I mean, there's an animal that I've heard about that. In order for it to get its prey, sometimes by it getting fire from a campfire, it's smart enough to get that log or whatever from a campfire and then throw it where that animal's hiding at, which then kills the animal when it has to jump out because it's on fire or something. Then the bird eats it. Uh, but still, I don't know. I don't view animals as stuff that smart. Watch as one of them kills me right now. Like the fucking alien. You're not smart. I have a fucking flamethrower. You ain't gonna do shit. It fucking kills me. Alright, now Titan. Now remember Titan from Destiny? We can kinda see the cities, kinda, not fully. Alright, not fully. Now let's get rid of the atmosphere. This is how the cities would look like. Now, I'm not sure if Titan is because in Destiny 2, Titan is a water planet. Uh, this doesn't look like Titan. But again, over time, I'm guessing they put in a lot of water here, which then made it into a water planet. I mean, either way, still, it looks good. Massive cities there. Massive. Fari, let's see what you. Alright, I already got you. How about you? Nope. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really matter if they all had city lights or not. I wanna, I wanna get this all done. I wanna do all this, but let's actually get to the point. Good thing I have this saved, so I'm gonna go to the sun here. Now, this is what will happen if. Now, I have a prediction or a belief system that in my written novel story, the DRs. I'm not going to say the full name because, again, people could take that as copyright. Not take it as copyright, but I mean, it's my story. It's my novel story that I write. But I have a prediction that for people that have been dreaming nightmares and all that for the rest of their lives since birth, and they dreamt of the DRs, uh, a world, a dimension of the creatures taking over every single life, killing all life, taking over every single planet, destroying all light. Now let's get rid of the light here. This won't be saved either way, so. Actually, no. Let me save it. Let me save it, actually. Let me save this, actually. Because I don't want to be going through all that shit. Yes, replace. We're gonna save it, and then we're gonna turn off the lights. Now I'll be showing you guys how life would look like when the sun is turned off. No, I'm just kidding. But I will be showing you guys how life would look like if the sun is negative. So so we're on the sun here. Let's go to the temperature. I'm pretty sure the temperature. Uh, how the fuck do I change it? Okay, I have few options to do then. No, it actually does. Shit, that's what I could just. I could that yeah. That's what I could have just fucking done. gonna put -1. Now, when the sun is, of course, nothingness now, super cold. Let's go to Mercury and see how it looks. So, Mercury has city lights, of course. No, let's go to Earth because we can actually tell what's going on Earth. So let's go on Earth here. Okay. As you can see, I still don't get why when there's no sun anymore, this whole area should be. Oh, and when a star is just. Oh, no, actually, yeah. Let me change the background too, actually, because this would actually make more sense. Because in a dimension, and if they came to the dimensions, they would have gotten rid of all the stars. So let's get rid of the background. How do I do this? Background. Solid black. Awesome. Good. This makes more sense now. I still don't get why it's not going to show anything. But okay, let's increase time. Right there's where all the ice is. So right now, we're going to see how far this gets down to the surface. Alright, let's try this then. Let's try this out then. Whoop-de-doo. I wish they would all still remain in orbit, but I mean, they're just gonna keep on going straight at this point. Somehow still alive. How? Alright, just to make this more realistic then, since everyone's gonna be complaining about this all the time then, let's get rid of the grid, all that. Okay, I'm gonna keep the labels just so that then I would know where the fuck to go. So, even without the sun, we would still survive for a small portion of time. But things would freeze over, that's the thing. Things would freeze over, but I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. We could probably survive it. I wish I could increase my time. Alright, no, let's increase this time to 20, 30. There. Start. So for the meantime as well, we're gonna go ahead and launch some meteors at it. Because you never know what could fucking happen while it's just going straight. Let's add a ring. Okay. Let's add that. Good. See, we got that. Let's add this. Let's add that. And this. And that. And this. Yep, I know, I'm making this game very laggy. But the more laggy it gets, the best results we get. Okay, now let's see what happens now. So some asteroids are hitting the planet. A lot. Let's say a lot. Okay, one of them is gonna hit the planet. Oh. Oh. Damn. Well, that's one of the planets hitting it. Now, let's see what else, guys. Where will this one land? That sucks for Africa there. All those areas, even Russia. The US, North Africa is still alive. Or South? I don't know. I don't have a compass to know. The U.S. is still alive, I think. Florida, part of Florida is still alive. Don't worry, it'll be engulfed with all this. Or wait, no, the U.S. is still alive, surprisingly. No, part of Florida. Oh my! Yes, Florida is still alive, guys. Florida is still alive. Awesome. I wish I could move there. The survivability there is so high. But all the shock waves would basically make that planet very unstable and destructive at that point because, I mean, all the shock waves is destroying all the cities down there. Uh, oh, part of Florida's were destroyed. Oh, I think it's at this point, yeah, no more. But I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone would have been in their bunkers by now. So really, we'll see if there will be any life again. Uh, I hope there is. I mean, if there isn't, then there isn't. And well, see what happens. The surface would be extremely hot at this time. Extremely hot due to all the asteroids, planets hitting it. Because I mean, when the dark realmers and all that come and do all this shit, it'd be far more chaotic, a lot more chaos. A lot of these planets would just be going everywhere because the suns would be destroyed, or not just destroyed, evaporated, or eaten, or something. And then the orbit's gone, and then all the planets are just gonna go for a free for all. Where's your god now, huh? And see, there's still some water. There's still water. People complain like, oh, if something like this is gonna happen, of course there's gonna be no water. Look at that, there's still water. My, people don't look at this as a bigger picture than just narrow-minded version. Narrow-minded version. See, there's still, yeah, there's still land, and so I wish they would fix this area right here. It doesn't look like that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like that. Unless there was just hiding something there. Imagine, I mean, not that it's a good thing. I really hope that this isn't a thing. Uh, our whole planet is just basically a globe. I mean, like it's an actual globe in a classroom. Like they're like, now this is how civilization works, kids. This and that. Now society over time does this and that. It hates on their own people, and then this is how we got this advanced, and we created life like this. And they're living their own reality down there. Like an ant farm, just planet sized. That's the size of an ant farm. I don't know, to me that's just kind of scary, but I mean at the same time, I mean it's still scary to me, but then if we even knew about that, then we could make like a mech or something, try to go inside of the aliens, uh, have like a mech, drill it into an alien body, and then take over the mind, start revolutions, and then I don't know, probably more, I don't know, give us back our world or rights or something. Then watch we do the same thing, and then the same process goes and goes again and again. Is the moon still alive, or it's just gone? I think it was gone because all the moons just start colliding and stuff. So yeah, I think it's long gone. That's not good. All right, let's go to Mars. Let's see what's going on at Mars. It's still good, surprisingly. Earth's always having a bad time. I don't know, I kind of enjoy games like this that I can just watch it and just not do anything and just enjoy seeing this. Not that I enjoy seeing the world burn and shit, but I mean, I enjoy seeing the detail that they put into games. I wish there was more detail into this, as in, like, I wish there's like a game like this, but the whole point of it is to destroy every planet that makes it uninhabitable, but then it makes it a lot more difficult because the humans, they would make it habitable. I'm not just habitable, but they would still put colonies, and you can go down to zoom in, and you can see the colonies. So you could either choose to have like a plague happen there, some type of alien species that's very dangerous, like the aliens or xenomorphs, stuff like that, or you can put in like a big, like a ancient beacon there, and then if you summon, if they interact with it, then they summon like an alien species that they might survive against, and if they don't survive against it, then you have completed your mission. And if you survive, if they don't survive, no, if they do survive it, then they get the technology from the aliens, and then they get stronger stuff, and then things get to like a higher level, as in like you need like a giant hand or something. Then they survive that. More technology, more stuff. Then it'll get harder and harder, but you'll still have the abilities and technology to be able to try to destroy destroy the species. And even they would even go to the stage that they would have space stations, which then you can just shoot like an asteroid or something at it. Imagine just out of nowhere, you just throw a giant planet at a space station. That really suck, but I really hope for a future game if they were to make another game. I'm not they. I mean, like if anyone was to make a game like this, an extremely realistic game of how detailed it is, of how like uh there would be. I mean, of course, the game would have different factions of however the people make it as, but my version of it on how I wish they would make a game like this. There's 5 factions you can choose from. It can be choosing from aliens, humans, robots, bugs. So aliens, humans, robots, bugs, and infection. Now, this is a very, very unbalanced game. A lot of people like balanced games, which I don't get why, because there's no challenge to it, because everyone has the same type of weaponry, the same type of this and that, so you just have to go by skills. But really, think about it in a realistic way. Realistically, uh, in a war, there wouldn't be any balancement. In a war, it would be one side has a nuke, the other side doesn't have a nuke, but they still have a force, an army to send at their city. So it would be a planet like this, but you can zoom down to the point that you can see the cities, the people, and all that. You can start building infantry units, tanks, air force, uh, naval boats, all that type of stuff. But now it would depend on the team that you play as too. Like the human team, they would just land on the planet. Then they over time they build cities, they build healthcare. They build all that type of stuff. I mean, you build it. You build it. Of course, with an AI assistant because it would be too much to manage. Just you managing it alone. I mean, you can edit, change the laws and regulations of your civilization, but I mean, it would still be too much to regulate and manage on your own. So that's why an AI assistant would be with you, for it. And it would be an RTS game, a real time strategy game that uh so that would be the human team, and every team has their special ability. I mean, special death weapon. Now, the human team, their death weapon would be a nuke. Like always, a nuke. But it would destroy half of the planet. I know, right? What? Yeah, their death weapon would be a nuke that destroys half of the planet. That's why it would be so chaotic and so just bad. I mean, it would be good, but it's bad in a way that if you launch it at the wrong area, you have to know where it's gonna land, and you have to know uh, the radius, so that then your people, your city would be semi-saved, or at least a good portion of it would be saved, and the rest of it would probably be destroyed by the nuke. But I mean, you completed your mission by destroying your opponent. Alien team, same thing like the humans, but they don't. Their ability would be laser ships. So basically, they'd have like a ship up in orbit to start shooting lasers at cities and all that. But now humans, some of the factions, they can counter these abilities too, if they have enough power or anything really if they have all the resources, all the stuff to really counter it, like the alien ship, for an example. They can counter that by having anti-space defenses, so they can have turrets that can destroy those ships, and then they crash land wherever they crash land. And then you can gather their resources from the wreckage, and then I don't know. You could either make a base out of that or something, or you live there like wreckage. Or you can, of course, if you're on that team, for example, the aliens, they can send in rescue teams and rescue the people and try to preserve the research or technology there, and then I don't know, build a base there or a city, help out the people there or something. Uh, I'm thinking more of a mothership, a giant mothership that shoots lasers, and then if you shoot it down, you shoot it down, then you can make a city out of that area. But now again, it would depend on the team. So another example too, uh, the bugs. Now the bugs are semi easy. The only thing that's very difficult about them would be uh where no, they wouldn't be able to destroy the giant mothership unless their queen, which is their super ability, is made, which then the queen bug can just go into space and destroy everything and go on the ground, destroy everything. Just this giant queen bug. But it can be killed, of course. It can be killed, but it's just you need a lot of troops to fucking kill it. Heavily armored, it shoots acid and all that. It's very chaotic. But I mean, of course, this sounds like a game that anyone can probably make. But I mean, what I'm talking about is the detail put into this. On the planet, you see how the planet is right now? That is how detailed I want it to look like. Detailed in a way that you can zoom down on the planet. Like really zoom down to the point that you see just people. And you can see the full-on war going on. And then once when the war ends, all the people, let's say like if human team, for example, the human team, when the war ends and the human team have lost in that battle zone area, part of the map or planet, the wreckages, all that will remain there. It will stay there. The corpses would decompose and turn to a skeleton or something. Sand, depending on where it is too. Like if it was in a jungle, the flora would be growing over the skulls and the armor and all that, and the vehicles and the planes that crash landed. All the plant life would regrow because of the fires that happened in that war zone. Same thing with the desert too. The desert, the sand would be all over the corpses, so there'd be like a hand stuck like just up, like a skeleton hand up on, like pointing at the sky or something. Uh, tanks still there, but I mean, I hope there's like a game that, or when we get to an advanced stage of society or technology, we can make games like that. Of how it's so detailed, so great, so beautiful, of how so realistic it is. I didn't explain the robotic team in the infection. So the robotic team, they would have a giant robotic mech, and the infection, they basically, I mean, well, either way, the infection is overpowered. I mean, they're all overpowered, but I mean, the infection, I'm still thinking about their super ability, because really, there's two ways to play as the infection. One of the ways is to spread spores around, and then over time, those spores will grow bigger and bigger, infecting the land. Uh, the biomass grows, but not that much. But now, if that ship that you crash land in as the infected, and you let that biomass grow over time, up eating up that ship, eating up everything around it, then it becomes a giant blob that starts to eat up half of the planet. Which that would be extremely, extremely overpowered in a way that the human team, their nuke probably cannot destroy it. Their super nukes cannot destroy it, or not fully. I mean, it would probably make a huge dent, but it wouldn't even destroy it because it would still fucking grow. Same thing with the robots. Their mech can't destroy it. And think about the tentacles from that giant hive mind. The tentacles could also, the tentacles can be, grabbing the mech and then just pulling it inside and then infecting it, turning that robotic mech into their own type of weaponry. And yes, the infection can infuse their infection spores into machines, making them part of them. So I mean, like, for an example, I guess, because it's going to be that detailed that and realistic that the spores can go as like a microscopic little thing that can go into the robotic chips and then infect the chip portion of it, change the body, control the body, infect it a little bit, have like a data virus or something, error, all that type of shit. And then the robotic units are like turning into them, and then they just fight for them. And all the ships that crash land were trading and all that can be shot down, and then you have to scavenge for the resources or something. Or yeah, you guys get the point. It'll be like, I think, like a mix of Homeworld, the scavenger Homeworld, and the mix of Homeworld space. I mean, not just that. Or there's another thing for it too. It'll be like a mix of Homeworld, Sins of Solar Empire Rebellion. I mean, well, Sins of Solar Empire Rebellion is part of like a space game, of course. But I mean, that would be for part 2 if I was to make this game, and there would be a part 2 for it. That would be part 2, where you can colonize other planets, take over other planets, fight for your global domination in that solar system, and then part 3 would be basically the whole entire universe in a massive multiplayer game. Massive multiplayer game where you have your own empire and you make it out however big you want it to make it. Want to make it as. So for an example, and of course, guys, there will be DLCs. The best part about these DLCs is you can play as, if they allow it, of course. If these franchises allow it, you can play as the Republic from Star Wars. You can play as the Empire from Star Wars. You can play as the UNSC from Halo. You can be the Imperium from Warhammer 40k. You can be the Orcs. You can be the Necrons. You can be the Terran Republic, I think, from Starship Troopers. You can be the Bugs from Starship Troopers. You can be, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy people, I guess, Marvel people, I guess, like that's Guardians or something. A couple sub other factions that wouldn't make any sense, but I mean, if you want to play as them, you can. My throat's getting fucking dry from talking a lot. Like, you can be like those type of ancient gods that, ancient mortal gods that, you know, they can have their pyramid ships and all that type of shit, and then you take over other players' planets and stuff, and then if people play as the infection, their hive mind thing can eat up other planets. Massive tentacles, spores shooting out everywhere into space, and then if it hits one of your ships, then they just take over that ship. You can infiltrate cities with the spores. You know, infect the whole entire planet, and then that planet's yours. Unless they nuke it, or just destroy the planet. What else? Even robotic team, you know, they can have a giant mech turrets that can destroy other planets. You can have clans in this too. You can have clans in this game too as well. Like for an example, if let's say about 50 players wanted to make a alliance, a clan alliance, they would all be fighting for the same goal, which is to attack a overpowered player. But I mean, they might win or they might lose. And if they win, then they win. And they continue to make their empire bigger. They protect other new players or something. They destroy everyone because they don't pay up their debt or something. Yeah, players can do that. It'll be so massive, so detailed that it's gonna be like shit. And there will not be a server clean. You know how it needs server cleanups and all that, just to clean up everything. I mean, there will be some type of server cleanup, but it'll be more like a giant robot that's just cleaning up wreckages and stuff, and then players could choose to attack it or not, but when they do, they can't destroy it. If anything, if anyone attacks it, they're just gonna waste their full-on fleet on it, and it's not gonna even do anything at that robot, and that robot's just gonna vaporize everything and then eat up all those ships. Well, what the fuck happened here? Hold up, let me see the orbits. Yeah, okay, this is looking very weird, but let's keep on going down. This is closer and closer to what the fuck is going on here. Let's see what the fuck happened here on Earth. So the moon looks like it's closer than before. And the planet is full on bombarded. And see, there's still water. So I mean, people that claim that if an asteroid hits the planet, all the water is going to vaporize. Look at that. There's still water. I mean, not that much, but I mean, there's a good portion. Better than nothing. It's better than nothing. So there's still oceans and stuff. It's just more like a desert now. All right, well, I think that's the U.S. I think, yeah, part of the U.S. in Africa. Well, I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna end it here. I got bored. This game gets boring at times, so those of you that really like it, those of you that dislike it, do whatever you wish. I don't give a shit. Have a good day. I hope you guys dislike this video because to me it was boring. It wasn't that big of a deal. So have a good day, guys. If you guys like it, fuck you. I'm just kidding. Have a good day.